Hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm running a minute late here. I apologize. How's everybody doing? Let's make sure that we're getting a chart up and sound all good. All righty. Way to go. Okay. Hey, Malcolm. How's it going? Hey, for whatever it's worth here, I just now bought, that's the reason I was late. Let me get rid of all this. There we go. This is the reason I was late. I was buying BTBT. It was coming up on the scanner. And so I came over here and bought it. And then I had to send it out on the members app, the Hit Run Candlestick members app right away. So what I did is I bought the January $10 calls on this, and we'll just kind of monitor it from here. Okay, so let's talk about the market real quick. Again, thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I'll try to answer all your questions. We're going to look for some charts and may find another one to buy. Who knows? So with the market, I have to be bullish here. I know I've already heard from people with concern on today's candle, being a dark candle right here. And I had to remind them that this is a daily chart. We really don't want to predict today's candle until we get more toward the end of the day. However, if you want to put an hourly chart up, well, we are about 12 minutes before this candle is finished. You can kind of predict that. We can kind of look at the hourly chart and say, okay, we're working pretty good here. We're up, we're down, and here we're starting to move up. In fact, we're in a 3/8 trap on the hourly. But we can't do that. We can't predict the candle on the daily. Not yet. Not enough day has gone by. So I'm just following the trend, and that's going to be the number one thing for me, and I have to be bullish based on the current trend until it's not. So I'm going to be looking for some bullish charts. The scanner will give those to me, but we're going to look at charts here. So please, any questions anybody has, jump on them, and let's try to answer them while you're typing. I would like to talk about something on the scanner. If you have the scanner, you've noticed this really cool little thing right here. I got to tell you, this is really cool. I knew it was coming. I didn't know exactly how it was going to work. I knew it was coming, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm very fascinated by it, and I have a lot more questions have come up now for me, and I'll be, where can we go with this? And while I don't get to choose what we do with the scanner, that's not what I do. I'm just here as a guest, but I'm a pretty heavy user of the scanner, so I can maybe throw some ideas out, and then sometimes they're valuable to Ed and live trading alerts, and sometimes they're not. But I think this is really, really cool here. So I use the CBOE 400 list. I also use an add-on list, but I can't use it and get this one today. Here in a few days, maybe there'll be a new version of the scanner out, from what I understand, that you'll be able to use multiple lists. And it may be next week too. I don't know. But I'm perfectly happy with this. So right now I can see that the CBO 400, 76% of the stocks are green, and the average stock in the CBO list is up 1.9%. I think this is a valuable information. You can do this with any indice, and again, down the road, very soon, you'll be able to do this with your particular watch list if you have a special watch list. So anyway, really neat. I'm keeping my eyes on that. And so far, I have to be bullish because, hey, 76% of the stocks are up. When I'm looking at a chart, I have several things that I like to be in my favor. For instance, I want the market trending, okay? And I would have to say so far we've got that. I want the market not only trending, but I want, and this is because of this now, the next one, is I want, if we're trending up, I want the majority of the stocks to be trending up. And I can monitor this because if the red there, that 24%, starts growing, you'll see it'll move and turn red and squeeze out the green. Well, I want to see that that momentum is still hanging in there. Well, now I've got that. That is cool. That's a new condition for me right there. I can monitor it and make sure that that momentum is true. And then, different things. I like particular chart patterns that I like, so that's a condition. So I just really, really cool. Rickster, to answer your question, yes, you can do that. I'm gonna do something really quick for you here. I'm gonna say yes, but then I just read your entire sentence there. We're gonna kind of hold that for a minute, and I'm just gonna go ETFs, okay? So we just went to the ETF watch list, which truly has a lot that you may never look at, okay? I'm going to create that window, and there it is here. Now I'm going to bring it over here for you. So you can see that all the ETFs that the scanner is following is up 71%, and on an average, they're up 0.58%. So that's taken all the losers and all the gainers, okay? Now, let me read your question here. You could set up, say, a couple ETFs. Later this week or next week, Ed, if I'm totally off base on that, please jump in and say something. Later this week or sometime next week, the answer is an absolute yes, Rickster. Absolute yes. Right now, with the scanner, you cannot do this with a list you have created. You can only do this with the lists that are predetermined by LTA, the S&P, NASDAQ, Canadian stocks, so on and so on, ETFs. You can't use your own list. But again, later this week or next week, you're not only going to be able to create your own list, but you'll be able to use combined lists, okay? So I'm going to say an absolute yes to your question. Just half your question is today, and half that yes is today, half that yes is later this week or next week, okay? Let's see. Hey, Mike, how are you? Hi. Let's see. Good morning, Chubb. Let's see, Larry, Rick, if you have multiple universe selects, will that red-green indicator still display? Larry, again, later this week or next week. That version is not out yet, but it is coming out. Until Ed says, shut up, Rick, quit talking about it, it's not going to work. That's the latest news that I have heard, okay? So, yeah. All right, thanks, Rickster. Yeah, I'm going to delete this. I don't want to keep that up. Okay, so anyway, here's a couple of trades we've made today. And please, if anyone has any questions about trades or anything, please toss them out there, and I'll see if I can answer your questions, or maybe I'll even bring up more questions. Who knows? Earlier today, we bought BB. BB has been kind of on a watch list. I've liked it for the last several days. Let me remove this right here. There we go. I've liked BB for several days. The reason I have liked it, is because of the little trend is making sideways, just kind of walking sideways. And then we rallied up, and now it started to pull back. So I've liked it ever since the basically the pop and the pullback started, and then just watching it and waiting. And Friday we closed up pretty good. Well, we closed up good. The wick was a little bit, I wish that didn't happen, but hey, it was the end of the day Friday, so not too surprised. And Thursday we had a great little bullish Hiromi here. When I saw it popping up on the scanner, and admittedly I had this in two places, I think having a hot list is, for any trader, whether you use the scanner or not, doesn't matter. Having a list of stocks you like for whatever reason, I think is so important. Well, this started coming up on my hot list. It also started coming up on a couple others. 2 hours have gone by. I've now forgotten. But we got into that, and currently up 13% on it. I do want to remind members of Hit Run Candlesticks, those that are in here, that if you have the app, remember you received an alert when we bought this, and you don't have to be in the trading room. What else do we have here? We bought Macy's also today. This is another one that was on a hot list, but it's also was coming up on one of our scans where it's just some things that we have set up on a scan. I'll be more than happy to share, but it's just simply a trend, and then it's a pullback to the trap. And let's talk about this. So a pullback to the trap. So why today? Why today? Because we're out of the trap. Well, for me, I have a toolbox in my garage. I have mechanic tools. I have carpentry tools. I come from a very automotive mechanical background. I've got tools I've even made years ago. In that toolbox, to be honest, I have gun cleaning stuff, things like that. So the point I'm trying to make here is I have tools for several things. And one of the tools I have in trading is the 3/8 trap. Another tool that I have is a breakout of the 3/8 trap. And when you take a look at Macy's here, this is perfection, actually, if you ask me. Let's not, we focus a lot on the 3/8 trap. Let's take the 3/8 trap out of the picture. Who cares? It's never been talked about. Let's pretend today is day zero. The 3/8 trap has never been brought up in the past, not ever. If you look at this chart, what do you have? Let's do this. Let's put this line up here. You have a nice little flag here, don't you? Nice flag. So I have a scan that looks for breaking out of a flag. Now, with that said, my definition of a flag is a breakout, then a pullback. Now let's bring the 3/8 trap into the world, okay? We come back to a 3/8 trap and we break out. So really what we've got is a flag breakout here. So it's just another one of those tools in trading. Just another tool, okay? Let's see here. Ed's answering some questions. Okay, cool. Another one that we're in is NIO, and honestly, I was feeling a little blue around the gills this morning, gapping down. Doggone it. Don't you hate that when that happens? But boy, it has come back up very nice. I'm still looking for the 200 period moving average up here. This is to me is a beautiful rounded bottom breakout. And speaking of rounded bottom breakouts, there are a lot setting up right now, more than I've seen in a long, long, long time. Very pleased with them, and they seem to be working out good here. So go RBBs. Go RBBs. One that I'm in that I don't know that I'm going to be in later today is PFE. It has earnings tomorrow. If I had good sense, and evidently I don't, I would have closed it out today when it gapped up to the 50. But do you think I did that? No, not the brightest tool in the toolbox today, am I? I should have. I really, 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 really should have. And it has nothing to do with greed. It was a morning thing. I am pretty busy in the morning, and it just got away from me, and it's pulled back. I'm just barely green right now. I mean, we're talking, well, 0.4%, okay? So not even a 0.5%. If this pops up today, I am going to close it because there is earnings Tuesday. All righty. Hey, Tex, how are you? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. LVS, you're pointing out? Yes, sir. Thank you, by the way. That is looking awfully good. This is a nice rounded bottom breakout. And this time of year, one of the things that I really, really want to look at, boom, is earnings. And earnings is finished. Yes! That's the greatest thing in the world, if you ask me. So I love this. I love it. This is a buy right now. I think this is a buy right now myself. I'm going to kind of jot this down because I may buy it here before this hour is finished. Not sure this is the one I want to buy yet. My hands are kind of cold. But yeah, nice looking chart. Great rounded bottom breakout. Nice. You've already bought that up today. You're already up 6%. Way to go. Nice, 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 nice. Let's see. Hey, Phil. What is that? IIVI? Never. IIVI. Great looking rounded bottom breakout chart. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Volume seems good. I love that. Nice. Beautiful. Great little bottom here. Come down, low, high, higher, low. Here we broke out. W pattern over the 50 period moving. Sweet. Thank you for sharing. Very nice, Phil. ABCL. Nice bottom here. Very nice bottom. A nice little construction. So I'm going to have to go with that. I think your other one I personally like a little bit better. But a nice little chart. Yeah, nice little chart here. Over the 50, I think could get it kind of excited. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see on the scanner here that LVS is popping up that Tex mentioned. And this is coming up on my 3/8 trap breakout because it is breaking out of the 3/8 trap. Kind of cool when you can create your own strategy, I guess, your own chart pattern here, and be alerted when that is happening. And LVS is popping up on that. And this strategy again is actually this is coming up on two alerts, and one is the rounded bottom breakout, and then a 3/8 trap breakout within a rounded bottom breakout. How cool is that? Anyway, I think it's pretty cool. Let's see, Bob, PLTR. I would have to say, no. I'm gonna right away from the get-go, because of the earnings coming up on the 9th. This is a trade I personally wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, but that's because I'm anti-earnings. With that said, you gotta love this bottom here. You gotta love the breakout of the 50 period moving average, which that's the blue line right there. You gotta love it. You gotta love this little J-hook continuation pattern setting up. You have to absolutely love that. So based on that, I kind of like this chart. And then as we move up, I'm thinking, wow, there's a lot of resistance right there. Yeah, there's a ton of resistance. So I'm not saying this is a trade, a good trade, a bad trade. I'm just saying make sure you look at everything before you make the trade, and then you decide, is it worth Is this the trade you want to be in, I guess? It's always nice to have another set of eyes. That's one of the beauties of a trading room, no matter what trading room you're in. Having another set of eyes. So I hope that was helpful for you. Let's see here. Pum, P-U-M-B, Pum, P-U, I'm not getting anything. P-U-B-M, try that one, P-U-B-M. Yeah, that's a rounded bottom breakout. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, looking good too. Up, pull back. Bulls are coming back in there. Little 3/8 trap right now. Yeah, looks good. Hey y'all, Rick, do you use the high of the 3 and the last of the 8 for your 3/8 trap? Yes, I do. Yes. Now I should probably make sure that that's actually where it's set at. Yes, it is. Yes, I do that. Yes, I do that. JW went some long TECK. Nice. I like that. Just kind of cruising along sideways. Overall, the trend is still up. Yeah. Nice chart. Very nice chart. When's earnings? February. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to have to flag that there. Thank you very much for that one. Okay, let's take a look and see what might be popping up right now. Now, one thing I want to look at is the CBOE 400 list majority of the stocks are up 77%. I can take a look at the diamonds here. The diamonds are up 63%. The Russell 71%. The Qs, they're kind of the little wimpy ones here. They're only up 55%, and here's the SPY. It's up 63%. We're all green. Kind of hard not to be green when the momentum seems to be up. So I'll stay to the green side. So we're looking good there. So let's go look for some trades maybe. Dell is coming up on just a simple 3/8 trap scan. Here we're up, we're pulling back, we're setting up here. So that may be something. Always check earnings, the 23rd. Yeah, I could handle that one. Yeah. Let's see here. That LVS, man, I'm going to have to buy some of that, you guys. That keeps popping up. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to set it up here. I'm going to unlock this. So for anyone curious, there we go. So here's LVS. I'm going to run out to 46 days. We'll see what that is. And what I'm really kind of looking for is some good open interest. All right. And I want something around 70. I'm not too thrilled about that open interest. So let's go over here to January. And here's 79. I'll take 79. I'm going to look at that December again. Yeah, let's go January. I mean, for fun, let's just kick up March here a little bit. Oh, mercy me. That's a ton over here in March, but that's at the 57 delta. So, you know, I think I'm going to go with the January, and I'm going to go with the 79 delta here. So I'm going to click on this, and we're going to put an order in. There we go. So I've got an order in now. I'm going to move this back. There we are. We'll kind of watch this, see if it filled. Whoops, what did I do? Darn it. You want to undock it? No. Darn. Be patient with me just a second. I always do this. I had to reload my command center. Okay, so I want to talk about my LVS trade just a second here, which it's not filled yet. One of the questions that I get asked ton and ton and ton and ton and ton and times like this, am I afraid of buying it too high? Because it is kind of high today, you know. It's up 4.25%. Well, no, I'm not particularly afraid of that. What's the worst thing that's going to happen to me? What is the absolute worst thing? My stop will get triggered and I'll get stopped out. I don't think anybody should ever be afraid of that. I'm not trying to say you should buy everything high. I'm not trying to say that. But I don't particularly want to miss out on this. This is a good looking chart. It is a rounded bottom breakout setup. So that's a plus. It's a 3/8 trap setup that is breaking out currently. That is one of my best tools in my toolbox. So I'm liking this. You know, are you afraid about this top? This is a question I get asked a lot. No, I'm not. Once again, I'm going to put a stop in. And with trading, something you have to do is you have to accept the fact you're going to get punched in the face. That is just life. It's going to happen, okay? Now, so with that said, I'm willing to get punched in the face. Okay. Say JW there says, man, I don't want to be punched in the face. Or if I'm going to get punched in the face, I want to be punched in the face a little lighter. So maybe for fun, we all agree here maybe that 39.40 is our, I'm going to do this differently, 39.40 is our stop. So maybe JW says, you know what, I'm going to wait to see if it pulls back. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I think that's a good plan, JW, if that's what you're looking at. I'm just using you, by the way. That is just a choice of a trader. That doesn't make JW any smarter, doesn't make me any smarter buying it. That is just a choice of a trader. I think both JW and I would agree. Tex, since he bought it already, we can put Tex in there too. I think we would all agree we're looking for it to go higher. Maybe somebody's going to take some profits as it approaches this top and maybe keep some of it. Maybe somebody that already owns it, maybe they're going to close out this position here. And maybe somebody that already owns this is just going to let it keep on going. I can tell you, I'm not going to close this out. I'm going to keep it. Of course, it's got to fill. Why is it not filling? Let's try this again, Rick. What? December. What did I say? January. Here we go. There we are. Maybe I have it. What is it? 655. Yeah, I'm going to chase it up a little bit. I really kind of want this to fill. So I'm going to raise my price. And of course, it's going to fill now. And it did. So I am now long LVS. I am not going to sell it here. I'm going to look for that gap here to fill. So as far as the entry goes, I'm going to not worry about exactly where I buy it. Honestly, I've never met anybody that made money buying cheap. You make money by price going up. And I'm just not going to chase and miss out. I would rather get in. I look at the chart. I see it moving up. That's what I want. Or I see where it can go. And that's what I'm looking for, not so much about the entry. So anyway, enough about that. We're long some LVS. Let's see what happens here, okay? Alrighty, any questions here? Anything at all? Anything at all? I see AMD might be setting up. Questions keeps me here. No questions. It'll be a short webinar, and I can go finish my lunch. Never finished it. So, bullish, I would say. Yeah, I'm long this myself. This is one of these cases. If somebody says, "Are you worried about this top?" No, because if it moves up there, I can still close it if I need to, and that's another 5.5% or so. Currently up 12.5% on BB. If it got up there and I was concerned, hey, I could close that out and make 20-some%. I'd be happy with that. After that, I'm looking for BB to move up higher. And, well, I don't see any reason why it can't get up here to 1350. And I'm just looking at price action over here. I'm going to go to a 3-bar chart so I can make this just a little bigger. Yeah, I'm seeing 1350 maybe. So I'm pretty happy with this. It doesn't mean it's going to go from here straight up or even at an angle straight up. It may pull back here. And to get there, we're going to have to break out of these top. But right now, it's doing everything that I kind of like here. Everything I kind of like. QS is coming up on the scanner as a breakout. However, this might be a little stretched for me to buy. I'm still looking for a target up here. This is a classic, please pull back. And that might get me in. If we take a look at the chart here, we have a nice rounded bottom, beautiful rounded bottom, breakout. Those are two different things, by the way. Just 3 bars up like this, I think I'll be a little patient on it. Yeah, I think I'll be a little patient. What's Copen doing? Ooh, my. And, you know, this is really cool. A live webinar. You know, when you can, it really makes me feel good and comfortable and relaxed when you can do a live webinar knowing you can pull up charts pretty much at any given time. It doesn't matter what kind of shape the market is in. If the market was shorting or shortable, then we would look at shorting charts. So it's really nice to have a tool that I could just pop that in there and shazam, there you go. Copen. Unfortunately, I just noticed that, so unfortunately, that is a bummer that Copen has earnings tomorrow. That's too bad. That's a nice chart right here, so doggone it. That's what the scanner needs. It needs to say, I don't want to see anything close to earnings. Maybe someday. Yes, the VIX is not showing any strength today. Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing the VIX up here. While the VIX is not showing any strength we'll say at the moment, okay, I think we do need to recognize, and I'm not bearish. I'm not necessarily bullish on the VIX right now, but we do have to recognize the chart pattern. And we do have a bottom here. That is very clear because we've rallied above that bottom. So based on this picture, we have a bottom. We have what I would say is a pullback here. And so far we have 3 lows. We have to respect that. And here's something I want to toss out at you. Possible inverted head and shoulders. Possible. Now, I'm not going to get too excited about the VIX unless the VIX starts to break out. Now, if it starts to break out, I just might get a little excited. Certainly about taking profits on long positions. But right now, I'm going to stay kind of cool with it and not get too panicked, not do anything until it starts to move up. But thanks again for reminding me to talk about this. Appreciate it. But it is something I want to keep my eyes on. And I want to make sure at the same time that the market doesn't start to tank. And so far, it's not. So Cool. Thank you. For you Tesla traders, I think Tesla is stupid high, but if you're in it, you're in it. Just simply trade it. I think it's insane to buy something this high, but that's just me. I'm more of a pullback, PBO kind of guy, pullback opportunity kind of guy. But I know there's a lot of people that like Tesla. Just keep pushing that stop up. That's the important thing. Push that stop up. Tilray, I'm already in Tilray. I'm not saying that proudly because I've held it and have felt some serious pain. So I'm not so proud to say that I'm in Tilray, but I am in Tilray. And earlier this morning, which maybe now I just have to go find out which scanner, this was coming up, and so was CGC. Those are the only two I really looked at today. So if somebody's in this, I think it's great for buying. Here, I'm going to delete all this. There we go. For buying it, you know, somebody's got to ask themselves, what kind of trader are you? Are you the trader that buys something like this, a nice little box, great bullish engulf, 2 thumbs up, it looks good? Or are you the trader that's going to buy on a breakout? Nothing wrong with either trader, you know, with either person, how they trade this. Nothing wrong at all. So I'm yes, Jason, worth the watch list, but again, I'm already in it. So yeah, maybe it gets there today. Maybe we're getting close. Ford is breaking out. I can see that from the scanner. I can also see our Macy's is popping up a little bit. I'd sure like Macy's to fly a little bit more. GM is coming up on the scanner. It's just coming up on a PBO scan that I have, not anything special, just a pullback here. I'd be more happy with GM actually if it broke out of the 200 and maybe above 56.30. Yeah. You know, sometimes I question myself, Jason. I know. The thing, and I'll tell you what happened. Okay, the thing with Tilray is, to me, I have a scan that looks for these type of charts on the scanner. It looks for charts that big old pop, boom, big pop, and they pull back. Well, that's what got me into the Tilray, and same thing here. By the way, you know, the same thing here did it up like this. Well, Tilray hasn't had its follow through yet, and I'm just being stubborn. That's why I kept it, because I trust the chart pattern. I may get the crap beat out of me before I, you know, pull a Rocky. You know how Rocky movies, you know, he always gets the crap beat out of him in the ring to that last 2-3 rounds, and he just comes alive and just whips the snot out of his opponent here. Well, I'm hoping this turns into a Rocky trade, because, man, I certainly have had the snot beat out of me. And if it turns into a Rocky trade, I like that. Maybe these are Rocky trades. You know, then that last round or so, it comes up. And it's that chart pattern, that big pop, the scanner setup that I have that does that, looks for those. And then fuel cell was a simple, I made money. I sold it too soon. That's just that. That's what happened, though. Yeah, I wish I would still had fuel cell. Truly do. But don't. Yeah, the Rocky trade strategy. We'll have to. I might have to rename mine. What is? I don't even. What's it called? PBO Spike. I think I am. I'm gonna name it the Rocky strategy. I like that. So. LSCC. is breaking out, but it has earnings, so never mind. Yeah, it has earnings, so never mind. All right. Anyone have any trades you want to peek at? Any questions? Make sure you ask your question, please, Al. I'm going to jump on this one, but for anyone, please ask your question, okay? Right now, I would have to say Lynn is looking kind of bullish. Earnings in December, so that's a positive. Nice bottom here. I'm going to have to say that I like the chart. I'm a little unhappy with the Wicks up here. So we're going to need to see some follow through. Doesn't mean that it's not buyable. I would just certainly keep a stop in there. We can clean this up. You know, a benefit with having your charting program, or at least it is with TC2000 anyway. I can come up here and hit the number 2, and it turns it into a 2-day chart. And sometimes that cleans things up. So far, it hasn't cleaned it up, which this still makes me a little concerned. And the more, you know, the further I get out of it, the weekly looks a little better. It doesn't seem quite as high, but I think for me personally, there's a lot of charts out there to look at. I'm not sure I would put this on my top 10. And the reason is because of that long, tall wick up there. If it was to show me that it was going to take on that long, tall wick, that might be a little different. I think I'm going to have to move this chart right here, or that line right there. There you go. Talking myself through this, I think I've decided that above 102.25, this might be a buy. Anything below that, I could probably find you better charts. That is my thinking on it. LCID, please remember to ask the question, folks. Okay, it's only fair. I think that's fair enough. You know, make sure you ask the question. LCID, bullish. Period. Is this a buy? This is what each trader's got to ask themselves. Is this where you want to buy it? I'm not going to do that. But after that, this chart is just flat ass bullish. It's the market loves it. Reddit loves it. Everybody loves it right now. The secret is going to be where you're going to buy it. Make your plan on this. Right now, not even remotely interested. Here's exactly how I would do this. I would bring down this scanner. It's called this window. This is called my hot list here. And I'm going to come in here and right click and go to my list, and I'm going to add it to my list, which I believe it might already be there. LCID. So I'm going to add it to the list. I just did that. And then I'm just going to click the X sign. It automatically saves it. Now it's in there. Okay. So here's the thing. Let me make, yeah, it'll stay on top. So here's the thing. One, I'm not much of an intraday trader, and I truly have no interest in catching it at some cheap ass price. First of all, if I look at the weekly chart, heck, this could go up 69%. All right. So there you go. That's my playground right here. That's my playground right there. There's where Mama said that I can play. Mama said I could play from this tree line to this tree line. Don't go over here and play in the quarry, and don't go over here and play in the lake. I can only play from here to here. There you go. Now, because I'm not interested in some, trick-ass entry, I want to go with the bulls. Honestly, I want, hey, y'all, Tex, Frank, Sam, Mike, Jason, Bobby, those are the only names I can see. I want you guys to buy this. And you know what? I'm going to follow you. I don't ever want to be a leader. I have no interest in being a leader. I want you guys, and I don't mean you guys personally. I mean other traders. No offense to anybody, but I doubt anyone here is going to move this chart. So it's sort of a, I hope you understand what I'm saying here. I want to see a bullish candle, and then I'm going to follow traders up. So I've got this set to show me when it makes a new day high. So you can clearly see that there's no way I'm going to be in this today. It's not going to happen. Unless it just, I mean, something crazy happens and it comes all the way back and breaks out. But for those that are interested in some trick-ass buy, all you got to do is simply, if you want to watch the 15-minute chart, just click on that 15-minute, click Save. And now it will look for things that's on that list by 15-minute highs. You can do this with hourly highs, 2-hour highs, things like that. Okay. So if we were to go in here on the 15-minute chart, if it made a 15-minute high, which looks like it would be about, oh, now I've messed everything up. Might as well get rid of everything now. You know, if we started breaking out of this 15-minute high, it would alert me. You can even set this up if you're interested in 3/8 traps on the 15 minutes, things like that. So that's how I would look at LCID. 1, darn right I'm bullish. 2, now I have to wait for my entry, not for hey y'all's entries, not for Tex's entry, not for Frank's entry. Wait for my entry. So you have to know what is it you want. You have to know what is it you want. And I can't help you with that. I can't. I can show you how to find it. I can tell you this. Any kind of an intraday entry would look exactly the same on the daily chart. It would be the same shape. It's just on a 15-minute chart. And again, I can't help you with that. I can show you how to find it though. That I can. I can't. All righty, where are we here? Thank you, by the way. Let's see. I'll try to find my place. There we are. Take a look at Marvel. Marvel is just consolidating right now. Overall, bullish. T-line is still trending up. Trendicator still green. Nothing about this chart suggests bearishness. I have a tiny bit of concern only from a chart pattern aspect, or chart pattern there, and that's this right here. And the fact we come up and we keep caving in. Candlestick signals are warning signs. So I have to wonder, is that a warning sign? I don't know. You know, I can't say it's actually going to produce anything. I can tell you the trend is still up. I can tell you that we've got a nice flat trading here. I have to be overall bullish with a tiny bit of concern, but overall bullish on that. When's earnings? December, no worries there. Let's see, where are we? XRT. Woo, daddy-o. Look at XRT, rocking and rolling, nice. And then I think I saw you found Kohl's or something like that. Kohl's coming up. Target was coming up on the scanner a little bit ago in the 3/8 trap. I own one of my scans, 3/8 trap. Doesn't matter what the color is. Not that I'm buying it, but it just shows me what might be happening here. So, let's see here. Okay. Sam, do you consider Wicks or body for breakouts? Sam, great question. In my opinion, I'm not going to try to find a chart, but I'm going to draw one here. Let's say that we're up like this, and then let's say during the day we're up like this. So that's a breakout, right? Okay, I'll go for that as long as it's there. But let's say at the end of the day, it does this. That is not a breakout to me. If this is the breakout point, wherever and whyever you might put it here. But to me, this is not a breakout. A lot of people might disagree, and that's okay. We're all traders. I hope that answered that question. Frank H. HIMX. Coming up to be a rounded bottom breakout here. Pretty nice chart. I like that. Earnings. It sucks pond water. Has earnings on the 4th. I have no interest in earnings. That's just me personally. Chart-wise, this darn near might be the prettiest chart I've seen all day long, to tell you the truth. Nice downtrend here. Nice rally up. Nice pullback. Acting great. Little Fig Newton doji continuation pattern here. Soon to be an RBB, it looks like. It's just that it has earnings. Inverted head and shoulders on KR. Yeah. Let's see here. Those that don't see it, there it is right there. Now we need that follow through. This certainly looks like that might be a buy area. It's a nice looking chart. Thank you. That's a great looking chart, actually. Nice bottom. Might get a little move to the 50 period moving average here. That would be my only trade, by the way. My trade would never be more than that. When it gets there, I'll reevaluate the trade. But the trade at hand, the trade that I see right now, is only from here to here. And it's just the way I look for things. Let's see. You're in some GSK. GSK, okay. You know, Dean, I can't help you with this. I cannot help you with this. And you know, there comes a point when a person has just simply got to make a decision. You know, are you, I mean, do you feel it's going to go higher? Are you a trader or are you an investor? Did you get a marriage license on this gal right here? Did you buy rings? Have you consummated the relationship? I mean, see, I don't know. A trader, get the hell out of it, take your money. If you're an investor, stay in it. You know? I don't know where you bought it. Are you up 3,000%? Did you buy it here and are you up 10%? You're at a double top. The chart's been up. You know, you've got these drug companies. Heck, they could go higher. But I think you have to ask yourself, what kind of trader are you? What is this trade for you? And what would be wrong with just moving your stop up and letting it go? Yeah. So, like I said, I can't help you with this trade. I cannot help you with it. Everything I've said here, you already know. You already know that. Yeah. Nice trade, by the way. Super trade. Super trade. Yeah, you know what Ed said, trade your plan. So let's talk about that. I forget what the chart was a minute ago. I drew this box and that was my trade, but we'll do this. So let's, we're going to go to a naked chart, okay? And let's trade our plan. Let's move this up here. There we go. So say I was to come into here and I was to buy this chart right there, okay? Buy the chart right here. There's my chart. All right. So now, you know what? I think this chart is going to go up to these highs, whatever this high is. What is that? August highs? So this is my playground. Mama said that I could play from here to here. I can play from inside these railroad tracks to inside these railroad tracks. I cannot go over here and play in the swamp. I can't go over here and play with the other kids over there. Mama said that's my area. So that's my trade right there. So like what Ed says, what was your trade? A hope and prayer? You know what I mean? What was the trade? Trade your plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Very important there. Nice. Again, nice trade. Magnificent. Let's see Starbucks. Let's go back over here. So Starbucks had earnings gap down, WRB up today. I don't know what. I'm not sure what that is. Rob, you're going to have to ask me another question somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to skip that. If you want to ask about one and, well, okay, WRB. So we're going to skip Starbucks because I have no idea what you want me to say there or even talk about. Nice trend, moving up. Earnings in January, that's cool. This is actually a 17 T-line trap. I love these type of setups. It's where they're below the T-line. I'll look at this area here as a possible buy area with stop around that 17 or below. And then we're looking for it to move up. We have a doji. Some traders are going to jump right on top of that doji. Other traders are going to wait till that, we see proof above that doji for a buy. As far as the chart pattern goes, the chart goes, we're at a top here. So maybe you take something like that in consideration. Now that we know that, you've got to ask yourself, are you a buyer of anything below that top, or are you a buyer up here? What kind of trader are you? And that's something you've got to define. Define as a trader. And you can be both, by the way. You don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. So looking at this, are you comfortable with a 2-3% trade? 4%? Maybe. Yeah. Overall, nice chart. Above 81.75-ish there. That looks like a $90, could be a $90 chart to me. Let's see, ST, not a trade I would consider. Not sure that question is for me, Jason, but take your money and run. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. Talking about that. GSK. Take your money and run. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it. Robin. On what stock, Rob? Wide range bar, my thoughts. Let me know what stock you speak of there. Okay, where are we here? My BTBT is down a little bit from where I bought it, but I'm still pretty happy. I'm very happy in this area here. There's a chance that I add to it today. We'll see what the close. We'll see what the close does there on that one. But yeah, I may add to this for sure down here. So far, I like the idea of, actually now that I look at it, kind of a scoop pattern. Here's the scoop. Here would be the ladle. There's the scoop. So far, bullish on the scoop. So I like that. Yes. All righty. How about we call it a day? I do want to thank everybody that was here. And remember, if you've got questions about the scanner, Ed will hang around here. He'll be here in a minute or so as soon as I shut down. I do want to thank everybody. And Look, if you get a chance to check the scanner out, if you've never done that, there is a 14-day absolutely free trial, and give it a shot. I've even offered, and people have taken me up on it, where if you become a member of the scanner, just get a hold of me. It's easy to do. Send me a note. You can send it through the website, through the live trading alert, so you can send it through Hit and Run Candlesticks, the contact us, and I'll be glad to help you set up some scans. You can copy mine if you want, or if you have something that is a more tailored toward you, be glad to help you with that. So, Colorado, hey, thanks for being here. Just started snowing, yeah. No snow here yet. In fact, this coming weekend, if the weather holds out, I'm going to go for another cruise in that 72 Chevelle and get some pictures of it before I put it to bed. And I might even get a couple more weekends out of it. So, yeah, go Midwest weather. We'll see everybody. You guys take care. Thank you for being here.